Hello, Melissa. So we're going to be doing the coaching video right now, and my girlfriend Abby's going to help me out. So the setup is that she's a 22-year-old female, and she has a slight learning disability, has a hard time keeping track of things, and she's been having some low back pain lately. And we've been working on in therapy, and she comes into the clinic today and seems a little down on herself, a little dejected. And then so from there, we'll kind of get into the scenario.
Come in.
Hi, Abby.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. So I figured that we'd talk about what we were planning to work on from last visit. So you remember what we were doing then?
Yeah, so we decided I would work on not bending over as much with my back at home, and then I would also practice my gluteal squeezes. We also thought that today maybe we could start working on some gluteal bridging. I think that was the plan.
Okay. Yep, that sounds right to me. And it seems like something might, I feel like something might be bothering you today. You seem a little down. Is there something you want to talk about before we start?
Well, to tell the truth, I didn't practice my glute squeezes and I did a lot more bending over than I should have. My back hurts a lot more since our last visit.
Okay. And how often were we planning on doing the gluteal squeezes?
50 times a day, which honestly kind of seems like a lot to me.
Yeah, I completely understand that. That can be a lot to keep track of, especially if you have stuff going on. Is there anything else do you think we can do, or what was keeping you from doing the gluteal squeezes?
Well, I had to watch my cousins this last week, like every day. So they took up a lot of my time, so I couldn't find time to do the squeezes, and I had to bend over a lot because they're little and I needed to play with them.
Yeah, I completely understand that as well, and I see where you're coming from. Especially if you have to take care of your cousins, a lot can happen in life, and it's hard to control that sort of thing sometimes. And that's why we come to therapy, and we continue to make our plan, and we make it a little flexible to help you out and get through some of those time periods where we can't maybe stick to the plan as well. But are there any alternatives, do you think, that we can come up with to help you out, maybe with keeping track of this at home?
Well, like I said, I think that 50 squeezes is a lot during the day, and it's really hard for me to keep track of. So if there's any way that I can keep track of them better than just remembering how many I did in my head, I learn and kind of do keep track of stuff really well whenever I can see it written down.
Yeah, I understand that, and I think we can totally do that. I have some graph paper, and I can chart out days of the week, Sunday through Saturday, and that way you can keep track of how many squeezes you're going to do. And 50 is a lot. We could try to get 50 each time, but don't beat yourself up at all if you don't get 50 that day. It's really just starting to try to get that strengthening going to help your back out. So don't really go crazy trying to do it. Just as long as you're doing some of them and keeping track of it, I think that's going to be best. And how does that sound to you?
That would be super helpful to use a graph. I think it'd be a lot easier for me to keep track of it.
Yeah, and I can also write instructions on there, or a reminder anyway about bending over, trying to limit that throughout the day as well. How does that sound?
That would be great. So that is the plan. So for in between our visits, what should we plan on for next time? Because I know we had a plan for today, and then
so for today we were planning on doing, like you said, we were working on the gluteal bridging, but I think we'll hold that off for next time. What we'll focus on between the visits is I think that the gluteal squeezes is what we should work on, and just trying to get into a routine with that, and to make sure that your back hurts a lot less too. That way, when you come in next visit, I think we can start to work on gluteal bridging. What do you think of that?
I think that sounds like a good plan. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to add to the plan at all that you feel needs to be there?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? Do you understand everything we talked about?
So what's the purpose of doing all these squeezes?
So the squeezes are going to be helpful for taking some of the load off of your back and putting it more on your hips where it should be, and that just will help take some load off of the pain that you're having in your low back as well, and just gets you a lot stronger too.
Okay.
So, and do you remember how to do the squeezes?
A reminder might be good.
Okay, so let's stand up real quick.
Okay.
And put your legs outward like this, turn your feet up, and then you're just going to squeeze your buns as hard as you can for a couple seconds.
Okay.
And then relax.
Okay.
Do it again. And relax. Does that seem okay?
Yeah.
Understand how to do that?
Seems easy enough.
And you can do that any time of the day, in the morning, evening, afternoon. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth, if you're doing dishes. You can even do it if you're playing with your nieces or nephews, your cousins, or anything like that. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, next time, plan on doing gluteal bridging. And then for our in-between visit, you're going to do what?
50 squeezes a day and focus on not bending over with my back so much.
Great. And then we'll be using the chart as well to help you out. So, any other questions you have, Abby?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next time, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's it.